Hello and welcome to our Travel and Tourism Live webinar. My name's Nancy Wall. I'm course leader for Travel and Tourism, and this is Marie Headley. And what we're going to do tonight is give you an overview of the course and then take any questions that you'd like to answer. There's no such thing as a stupid question, so please feel free to pop those into the chat box as we go. We'll try and give you as much information as we possibly can over the next 30 minutes, but should you have any additional questions, you'll find a huge amount of information on our college website, where you'll find a section on travel and tourism giving you a full outline of the course. So I'm going to pass over to Marie, and Marie's going to give you an overview of the types of units we actually do on the course.
Hi, over the 2 years we will do a number of units. We look at destinations, so we look at the UK, we look at Europe, we look at worldwide holiday destinations. And for each of those units, we'll look at the type of things that will draw people into the destinations and also push them away. So we look at how destinations can manage themselves as well. We also look at some business style units, so we look at what the travel and tourism industry is. We look at the different types of businesses that we have within the industry, and we have customer service and marketing. So we do have a mixture of business style units and travel destination units.
The course is unit based, which means constantly we are changing from unit to unit. And the positives about that is it keeps your interest in the travel and tourism industry up. We change all the time. In the single course, we do 6 units. In the double course, we do 12 units. The single course is equivalent to 1 A-level over 2 years, and the double course is equivalent to 2 A-levels over 2 years. If you're with us for the single unit, that means you'll have 5 contact hours with us, 5 hours in class with us. And if you did the double course, you would take 10 hours with us every week. You would have probably 2 members of staff, and class sizes are around 16, 17. They are about 66% female, so 2/3 female, 1/3 male. Rather like the industry, it is female dominated. Marie, do you want to tell us a bit about results?
Yes, we have excellent results. We have 100% pass rate and 94% higher grades. That means students come out of our course with A star, A equivalent, and that's both on the single and on the double course. As well as those qualifications, we also build skills that students can go on to university and into any industry.
So in terms of our results, they provide students with the ability to move on to university, and a huge number of our students do move on to university, but you're not just limited to university. We have students who go on to do apprenticeships and students who go straight into employment, and it's whatever suits you best. But what the course is, you must view it as a stepping stone to your future, whichever way you want to go, whether it's apprenticeships, whether it's universities, or whether it's employment, this course will suit you. It's very adaptable in terms of the coursework, and although we say coursework, we do look at that in very, very different ways. We don't expect you to sit down and just write piece after piece after piece. A lot of the course is actually put in place by the industry, so we teach you employability skills, softer skills, and skills that are recognised by the industry currently. You may do presentations, you may take part in meetings, you may organise events, you may produce a marketing campaign, but everything we do is relevant to the industry you're actually going to move into. We also offer a wide range of additionality. Marie, do you want to tell us about one of your courses in terms of additionality?
Yes, as well as travel and tourism, we also run a cabin crew course. It's a level 2 qualification, which gives you an introduction into working in the airline industry. It's a very practical course that you would do alongside your A-levels. We look at everything that cabin crew do, so the trolley service, the evacuations, wearing a smoke hood. And it's that sort of thing that you will do with us. Looking at absolutely everything that you would do. Now, as well as people who want to be cabin crew, some of our students like to do that because it helps to build their confidence as well, and look more into working in the airport as well as flying.
And as well as employability skills, particularly to the cabin crew area, it actually provides you with communication skills that you can use not only in the travel and tourism industry, but any other industry out there. We do lots of other additionality with our students. So we look at things like customer service qualifications, the Welcome Host, which is a nationally recognised qualification. If you chose to do that qualification outside of college, it would cost you a couple of £100, but we offer it as part of the course and interlink it with units that you already do. We also try and get you out and about as much as possible and make it as relevant to you as possible. So our students have worked an awful lot with local employers, whether it's going out to provide entertainment and linking that into our tour rep or our entertainment unit, or whether it's going out running an event. They've had opportunities to work with live briefs from employers in the local area. One of our best events is a Christmas event where the students put together an activity day, a whole day for people in the local area. And last year we had 120 people came into college to attend that event. Now, students who can put together an event for 120 people, including entertainment, from the planning, the actual carrying out and the reviewing of the event, the skills that they gained through that event were fantastic. Very, very employable young people. Not only employable, but teaching them skills for university. Marie, do you want to tell us a bit about our Student of the Year last year?
Yes, we were overjoyed with one of our students this year who won the National Student of the Year across the whole of the country. With the exam board. She did extremely well. She beat lots and lots of candidates to win that, Jessica Elmore. She has now moved to Northumbria University, where she hasn't gone into the travel industry. She's working towards becoming a primary school teacher. And again, I think that just shows all of the things that travel can lead you to. It's not just travel, it can lead you to absolutely anything, whether it's in employability, I can't speak now, in industry, or going to university to do any number of courses.
So we do have students who've actually progressed on to do things such as pharmaceuticals. They've gone on to do marketing. We've got students who've gone on to be teachers, gone on to do business studies, but we've also got people who've gone on to work in cabin crew, who are working both short haul and long haul. We've got 2 students working for Virgin, somebody else working for British Airways. We've got people working in hotels. We've got people working for event management companies. But we've got people working in marine biology. So you need to view travel and tourism as a stepping stone to the future, things that will take you forward. You need to be the most rounded person you can be when you move on from college. And what travel and tourism actually does is provide you with the opportunities for that. It's not just about gaining a great qualification, it's all of those additional things that we actually offer that make you stand out from that next person. And whether that is working with older people in our local community, providing entertainment for them every week, whether it's organising an event at Christmas, whether it's volunteering, doing that customer service qualification, there's lots and lots of different things that we actually offer that make you a much more rounded, employable, and that person who actually stands out from everybody else. Marie, do you want to tell us a bit about the difference on the single and the double qualifications for anybody who missed it at the beginning?
Yeah, the single award is equivalent to 1 A level, and across the 2 years you would do 6 units with us. The double award is equivalent to 2 A levels, and you would do 12 units. One of the good things about doing the double award is we go to the more industry-based units. So you will do units such as the holiday rep unit, where we look at everything that holiday reps will do. You'll host a welcome meeting, so you'll do lots of research and hold a welcome meeting with other tourists and deal with issues. We do the entertainment unit, where we will work again with the local community. You look at what entertainers will do. You will plan and host a program that you have designed with a group of others. So it is a very practical course for both of them.
In terms of being a travel-based course, logically, we do try and get you out and about as much as possible. We like being out of the classroom as much as you do. Now, this year in particular has been slightly different in that because of COVID, we haven't been able to do what we would normally do. However, we are planning for your year just to carry on as we would have done with trips and organised events. If we can't do them, we actually have people who are now coming into college virtually. So we have links with local universities, and rather than us go to that university, they're actually doing online seminars for us, talking to us about progression routes for students. We've got employers doing exactly the same, telling us what they'd like out of employees so we can develop you in the right ways. if we do get over this COVID thing, in terms of trips, we have always done one overseas trip each year and several trips within the UK. Marie, do you want to tell us about some of our overseas trips and where we've been recently?
Yeah, we have recently been to New York, which was a fabulous trip where the students spent a week there. We met James Corden, which was, I'm not going to say was the highlight, but was one of the highlights. And we do all of the normal touristy things in New York. So we went to Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, we went Top of the Rock, all of the Macy's, we go to Wall Street. As well as that long haul, we've been to many European destinations where we've been to Amsterdam, we've been to Barcelona. We did have a trip planned to Paris, which the students helped to plan themselves. A lot of the times we try to get the students involved in the trips, thinking about where they want to go, and we'll do a costing based on where they want to go. And as long as the costing's reasonable, we will try to put those trips in place. But the Paris especially was disappointing because the students had put so much into planning the trip themselves and designing the itinerary as they went. As well as doing the European, we try to stay in the UK as well, so we'll have numerous day trips. I love the marketing unit because we produce a marketing campaign for Beamish, so it's a lovely excuse to go to Beamish Museum and visit the sweet shop. And we also try to go to other local cities, so we go to Durham, we go to York, Edinburgh, anywhere really that the students would like to go to. We'll put a proposal together and see what we can do.
And we try and link every one of our units to an actual organisation, because it makes it much more relevant, much easier for you to actually engage with, and much easier to write your assignment around that. If any of you got any questions as we go through, I know Marie and I have done a lot of talking so far, but if you just type into the chat box if you've got any questions that you'd like answered, and we will go through those with you. Marie, I've got one here. You said you do coursework in different methods. Can you explain the different methods of doing coursework?
Yeah, because at the moment we are 100% coursework, there's nothing worse than students sitting at a computer typing assignments all of the time. We have to market, so we like to vary the methods as well, just to give us a little bit different things to do. So we will do presentations, you will do discussions, and you will do group work as well. Now we don't throw you into the deep end straight away. We won't expect you to do presentations or group work when you haven't done some research beforehand. So we'll do lots of practice. We also do a number of role plays throughout each of the units. So at the moment I have students who are trying to find me holidays in various destinations in Europe and trying to sell those holidays, and that's part of their assessment. And we also, when we look at the UK as a destination, Europe, we build in exhibitions. So the students are designing exhibitions for the Lake District this year and Brighton, and part of that assessment would be to host the exhibition, put their display up, and then to answer questions. And that forms the assessment, not a long written assignment, but something that's quite practical and quite enjoyable for the students to do as well.
Okay, I've got another question here. What can I do alongside travel and tourism? Well, realistically, travel and tourism fits together with lots of different things. Lots of our students, because it's a coursework based subject, choose to do an A-level alongside, and it complements it quite well. Because we're coursework, it allows you to do that work, get information and feedback on it and improve it. And generally, we actually finish the course slightly earlier than when you are due to sit your exams. The benefit of that is that you've actually got an A-level in the bag before you actually go in to sit your A-level exams for your linear A-levels. What that does, it then takes the pressure off you in terms of revision, because you've got one less subject to revise from, stress because you've got less exams at that point, and it just allows you to get that blend right between exams and coursework right. Lots of our students do things like English, geography, they might do PE, business studies. There isn't a combination that doesn't work, to be perfectly frank. What you need to do when you're actually coming to college is you need to play to your strengths and pick those subjects that are going to get you out of bed on a cold, wet November morning to come into college. Subjects you're going to enjoy, learning methods that you're going to enjoy and engage with, because if you enjoy them and it's a subject you're enjoying and a subject that's motivating you, you're more likely to get a higher grade in it. So please play to your strengths, and if your strength is coursework, please play to that. But yeah, as I say, you can do absolutely anything alongside it pretty well. I would put a caveat in there that some of our subjects do have entry criteria, so you can't just roll onto any subject. It has to be within our entry criteria. Marie, somebody's asked about UCAS and UCAS points. Is this the same as in any other subject?
This is exactly the same as any other A level. If you get a distinction star with us, that's the equivalent of an A star for your UCAS tariff points. So it's exactly the same as any A level. There's no A level that gets greater scores across UCAS. We're exactly the same. So a distinction star is an A star. A distinction is exactly the same as an A. I don't go any lower than that. I don't like anything lower than that.
And the universities, most of them recruit and they base your university offers based on numbers. So they'll ask for, you know, we need 180 points or 240 points, etc. And they base it on numbers. And they, you know, you will get a number of points from us. So again, it's identical to A levels in that you're just looking for those particular points.
Can I also add, when we have students come back to see us who've been to university, they always say how much better prepared they are at university because we are working in a style that the universities are, where you're given much more responsibility for your coursework. When they working alongside other students that have done pure linear A levels, that don't understand the work that goes in with coursework, they don't plan, they don't have those skills that our students have. So it does add benefit as well for doing our type of course. Sorry.
Okay, somebody's asked where they can find out additional information about the course after tonight. The college has a full website, and not only does it have travel and tourism on there, it has every course you could possibly imagine on there. I've already starred in a little video which is already posted on there, so you can hear me going through my spiel and telling you all about the course, but you'll also hear from our students. And it doesn't matter what I think, because I'm automatically going to tell you the good side, but what's really positive is when you hear from our students, they tell you how it actually is, so you can have a look at our students. Within the college website, there are lots of links to different things, and you will actually find a travel and tourism website. And what we've actually done on there, we've put some profiles of our ex-students on there. We've given you a profile of the courses you're going to do. We've given you some mini sort of taster lessons structured in different ways to replicate the type of teaching and learning that we actually do in the class. And there's lots of information about where our students have actually progressed onto, and that's not just for travel and tourism. Every single course in college has got a website that you can access through the main college website, so there's lots of information on there, well worth a look. So after tonight, if you need additional information, you can either email us or take a look at that website, and our email contacts are actually on there. Somebody's just asked about results, Marie. I know you've mentioned it before, but if you could recap that one, that would be great.
We have 100% pass rate, so everybody passes our course, but more importantly, we have 94% get higher grades. So that's 94% get distinction star or a distinction. That's equivalent to an A star or an A. The other 6% got a merit, and so that's equivalent to a C, so that's still quite a good A level. But majority will get an A star and an A with us, which is fabulous results.
That's because we make you, we actually push you. We have very high expectations of our students, but we work with you to do that. And one of the ways we actually work with you is that you can actually access your members of staff whilst you're in the college, but also outside of college. We set up what's called Google Classrooms. You may be using it at school currently. And what we do on there, we put all of the information about our lessons and our assignments on there and our backup materials on there. So if you miss a class or you're off ill, for instance, all of the information's on there. On top of that, we have a catch-up session every week where you can join us for one of our glorious little Zoom meetings like this. We don't always look quite this glamorous, but it's on a Thursday afternoon, heading towards the weekend, so we're always there. And the other thing we can do is we email. We have online conversations. We give feedback on your work constantly, either in a written format or by a verbal format on the computer. So there's a huge amount of support in there for you, and always somewhere that you can access us. Even during holidays, we often check our emails and get back to students. Somebody's asked, Marie, how's college different to school?
I think we are a nice middle ground between school and the wider world. You call us by our first names, so that already breaks down certain barriers. And I think we treat you a little bit differently. We are not school teachers. You can come and speak to us at any point. We don't have any bells. We don't have any uniform. I don't want to say that we're relaxed, because we're not. We still have quite high expectations of you. But you have a lot of responsibility placed on you, and our students always act up towards that responsibility, and they play their part as well. So I think it is more relaxed than it is from school. You will have free periods, so it could be that you're used to at school where you're in the school building itself on the premises from 9 till 4. You won't be with college. You will have free lessons where you can go and use the library. You are able to go into the common room during your free lessons, or you're even allowed to leave the premises during lunchtime during your free lessons. So that's probably the main difference that we have from school. But you will find the difference that just as soon as you come through the door, there's difference of how we talk to you, perhaps the difference to how you feel coming into college is coming into school. One of the other things as well that I think is you're picking subjects that you actually love and you want to take further, and not doing the prescribed courses that you have to when you're at school.
I also think it's a level of independence that you develop whilst you're at college. Again, you're coming out of school with a very, very rigid sort of timetable and moving in to become more independent young people with the thought of going on to university or an employment. And we're actually sort of allowing you to make that next step in a very, very controlled way. You take responsibility for getting to your next class, for making sure your homework's done, for making sure that you work effectively in class, making sure you've got the right resources at the right time, etc., telling us if there's a problem, asking for support, etc. So it's all those skills that you develop as you go through life, and skills that you'll continue to use throughout life. So we do allow you to become a much more independent learner, which is perfect for moving on to university. And as Marie said before, particularly in our course, the applied courses, where we set you projects where you'll go away and do research, whether that's in the library or actually going out to ask people questions, we set you up for university perfectly well. And softer skills in particular, those ones of communication, teamwork, problem solving, time management, prioritizing, are skills that are just within our course constantly. They're skills that we're teaching throughout every single unit we do. We are setting you up for moving on in life. And these are skills that you'll be using even when you get to be as old as us. Yeah. Marie, somebody said, how would you, I'm going to feed you this because you've been waiting for this.
Oh, I know what this is.
How would you sum up travel and tourism?
Somebody's just played into my hands. I always think that travel and tourism is business with sunshine, because we do look at all of those business style units. Don't make me laugh. We do all of the business style units, such as marketing and customer service, but we have a little sprinkle of holidays in there as well. So we do have that little touch of sunshine. So we are, I know we've been talking about combinations, we are a really good combination to do alongside business studies because of that.
And to answer that last question that somebody's just popped in there, can I just work in the travel and tourism industry after this? You absolutely can work in the travel and tourism industry, but you're not limited to the travel and tourism industry. There is a world of jobs out there. And by the time you lot have completed university, there will be jobs that we haven't even thought about at this point, because technology is moving on at such a pace. Things are moving on at such a pace. We are equipping you with skills to work in a wide range of employment opportunities, and it goes back to providing you not just with a high quality qualification, but providing you with all of those things around it, all of those softer skills, all of those working in teams, communication, your customer service skills that are very, very transferable between all of those different job opportunities out there. So yes, absolutely, you can go and work and travel, but you can absolutely go and work in many, many other industries as well. Somebody's asked us, Marie, do we have relationships with employers or universities already that they could benefit from? Did you?
Yes, it's York's probably, York St John, we've got a very good relationship with, where we're going to have some seminars. Sunderland University, we also have very good relationships, and we're just building on those all of the time. As Nancy said at the start of this webinar, universities are contacting us now with their webinars that they want us to get involved with. Leeds Beckett also have an excellent link with us, where we've got lots of students going to, especially their hospitality and event course that they have there, which has fantastic work experience. So we've got a really good link there. As far as apprenticeships are concerned and working in the travel industry, we've got a very good reputation with Hayes Travel, where we've had some wonderful students going through the apprenticeship route with Hayes Travel and have then gone up to be regional managers. So yes, we have some really good links. We are trying with the airlines to build those links even further.
Okay, so Jess has missed the difference between single and double. Okay, so just a quick recap on the course. The single qualification is 5 hours per week contact time, and after 2 years you leave with 1 full A level. The double qualification is equivalent to 10 hours contact time, and at the end of 2 years you leave with 2 A levels. When you come into college, you'll most likely be asked to make 3 choices. If you picked single, it would be 1 of those choices. If you picked double, it would be 2 of those choices. The benefit of doing a double qualification is that you only have 1 set of vocabulary to learn, and you're focused in 1 topic area. The single qualification allows you to do 2 other A levels alongside it. The double qualification only allows you to do 1 other A level alongside it. We are looking at a coursework based subject, so 6 units or 12 units, single or double, and with that you're allowed to complete every piece of coursework, hand it in, and then bring it back with feedback from your member of staff, and that allows you to improve your overall grade. A nice course with good results. Is there a minimum height restriction to be a flight attendant? We have got a question. Yes, there is. Flight attendants are one of those areas, and it's to do with your ability to open safety equipment, etc. For most airlines, it's 5'2". And there are other restrictions in there in terms of your BMI, etc. Your height and weight have to be in proportion, and again that's to do with safety, moving up and down the aisles freely. So everything to do with cabin crew links into safety, but it's every single airline pretty well has their own requirements. Very, very strict process to become cabin crew. We are very, very successful in terms of our students moving on to be cabin crew, both male and female. We've got them working for Thomson's, Jet2, British Airways, and Virgin currently. They pop in from time to time and make us very, very jealous with their destinations around the place. So we're coming to the end of our webinar. The most important thing I can say to you is find out as much information about all the courses as possible. We have a fantastic course. Our results are outstanding, 100% pass rate, 94% higher grades. Those sort of grades allow you to move on anywhere in life, whether it's apprenticeships, universities, or employment. Should you need additional information about any of these courses, not only travel and tourism, but any other ones in college, please take time to have a look at the college website. There's a full breakdown of every course, all of the entry requirements and everything else in there. There's lots of other information, little videos and feedback from our current students and our former students. And it doesn't matter what Marie or myself say, it's what the students think of us and what their qualifications say. Our students have been very, very successful. They've got fantastic jobs all around the world, and they keep popping back. And it's not just a fantastic qualification, it's all of those other additional things that we can actually put in there. Now, following on from this, both Wednesday and Thursday evening, there are a number of other webinars, perfect to find out other information about other subjects in college that will combine perfectly with travel and tourism. I know, for instance, sport and leisure is on tomorrow. You can see my happy face once again, but feel free to pop in for other webinars and ask staff any information that you would like. Marie, would you like to throw in some last words?
No, just hopefully we'll see you in September. Think carefully about what it is that you want to do. And I think, as Nancy said, you need to play to your strengths. You need to pick subjects that you know you're going to enjoy and that you know you're going to be successful on. And I think we tick both of those boxes. Okay.
So thank you very much for joining us. We hope you found it useful. As I say, if you need any additional information, please log on to the college website, have a look at our Google site on there. Have a nice evening, and if you're about to move into half term, have a fun half term, and we hope you're able to enjoy it in some way. Thank you.
Thank you.